Good morning, April 23rd. Clean hands. When Pilate saw that he could not prevail at all, but rather that a tumult was rising, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person. You see to it. Matthew chapter 27, verse 24. Harry Truman coined the phrase, "The buck stops here," with a sign bearing this inscription conspicuously placed on his desk in the Oval Office. President Truman made it clear that he understood his responsibility as chief executive. He alone was morally and legally accountable for the actions of his office and his nation. Pontius Pilate would never have had a similar motto. Pushed and pressured by the many influences that played on his weak mind, Pilate chose the most expedient route, siding with the agitated crowd. Pilate hoped he could somehow avert the responsibility for his bad choice by symbolically washing his hands of the blood of Christ. Instead, he is remembered for sending Jesus to the cross. When Christians accept responsibility for all we say and do, God is pleased. We may have a majority going against us, as Pilate did, but God rewards those who accept responsibility for their choices. God pays in joy that is fireproof, famine-proof, and devil-proof. Billy Sunday. Good evening. The promise of new life. A shoot will come up from the stump of Jesse. From his roots a branch will bear fruit. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 1. Centuries ago, the royal house of David stood at the center of the nation like a tall and majestic tree, but over time it was chopped down. The glory of the house of David waned, and yet, through God's omnipotence and mercy, a shoot came up from the meager remnant of the once powerful house of David. The shoot that Isaiah prophesies of is none other than Jesus Christ, Yeshua Mashiach. This humble shoot grew up into a mighty tree, which spread its branches to the ends of the earth, and it continues to do so today. The child in the manger grew up to become the way, the truth, and the life. He wields God's scepter of righteousness over the whole earth, and his reign knows no end. As we contemplate this, we must first humbly assess our own spiritual decay and confess our sins before the Lord. From the stump of Jesse, he brought forth new life, a new dispensation, a new period of spiritual growth for those who had fallen away. He, who was seated on the throne, said, I am making everything new. Revelations chapter 21, verse 5. And that includes you.